Hey, let's clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm priest and officer of 1,000, officer of war. And this is the I.S.U.P.K. Philadelphia Purim service memorial. Right? What I.S.U.P.K. was started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And since 1969, the I.S.U.P.K. is bringing out the truth that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called First Nation, so-called natives, are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the biblical and ethnic Jews, the chosen people of God. You understand that we see all the prophecies of the scriptures coming to pass. So we're going to go into the past and see how the Lord has always delivered Israel from the hands of our enemies. So we see the events taking place in the world today. As Israelites, we don't have to fear. You understand? Because why? The Lord always delivers his people. So, priest and officer Karam, if you could, real quick before I go into Esther, get me Isaiah 34 and 16, Baba Kasha. If I could. So we're going to go and see what the scripture says, because, you know, a lot of people see what's going on with Donald Trump and the oppressor, namely, they poking out their chest and they stand with their president. But they don't realize that they're falling into a trick bag. You understand? They don't understand that is the Lord that mustereth the host of the battle.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
So this is Isaiah. Isaiah said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read it. What's the book of the Lord? The Bible. Read on.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of these. You know what these are? The prophecies of the Bible, priest and officer Karam, officer Nakar. No one of these prophecies fail. The Lord said that all nations was going to be dragged into the valley of decision in the Middle East. And what do you see taking place today? All nation is getting ready for war. Read on.
None shall want her mate.
And no book could be mated with the Bible, Sister Sawana. No book could be mated with the Bible. Can't take the Quran, because the Quran don't have nothing for black people. That's the book of the Arabs. You understand? Read on.
For my mouth it hath commanded.
So the Most High said he commanded these prophecies. And he says, none of his words that go out of his mouth come back void. If you could, Officer Karam, get me Daniel's 4 and 17 as well. And hold that, and then get me Exodus 15 and 3. So we're going to see the nature of the Most High. So the Most High said his mouth had spoken these prophecies. And the prophecies is that the nations are going to go to war. Daniel's the 4th chapter and the 17th verse. But hold that and get me Exodus 15 and 3 first. So let's find out what's the nature of the Most High God, Yahweh in the Hebrew. You understand? We're going to find out that the God of the Bible is not what the Christian church has been teaching. That the God of the Bible is about warfare, and that this action that's taking place in the earth leading up to the Third World War, the Lord's hand is in it. And we're going to read it. Let me know when you got it. 15 and 3.
Exodus chapter 14. 15 verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
You see what it says? The Lord is a man of war. We know the Most High God is not a physical man, but in his spiritual form, the Lord is about warfare. You understand? And now that we know that the Lord is about warfare, get me the book of Ezekiel 4 and 17. God is about war, and we're going to see how God implement this warfare on the earth. He's also known as the Lord of hosts. Do you know what a host is? A host is an army. So the Lord of armies. Call that chapter and verse.
Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 17.
Ezekiel 4 verse 17. Read.
That they may want bread and water.
Right, read on.
And be anointed one with another,
Read on.
and consume away for their iniquity.
Right? Read on.
That's it.
No, that's 4. Daniel. I'm sorry, Daniel 4:17. Slocky. Daniel.
The book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by decree.
This matter is by decree. Now, remember, we read earlier where it says the Lord's mouth has spoken, right? So this is the decree from the Most High. Read on.
Of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones.
And the demand of the work of the holy ones. Read on.
To the intent that
So
the living,
intent, so this is the intention of the Most High. Read on.
that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
You hear the officer in the car? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, Officer Karam. So that's how we know that this action that's taking place by America against Iran, the Lord is in it. He's the one that's making them do it. You understand? Because the so-called small hats, they're thinking that this is their destiny to take over the Middle East. But they're not the real Jew. The real Jews are the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. If I could, real quick, let's prove that out of the Bible before we go into the story of Esther and Mordecai. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. Let's establish that. One West, I.S.U.P.K, bedrock precept. Jeremiah, the 14th chapter and the 2nd verse. Because we got some imposters on the other side of the world saying that that land belonged to them and that this is their destiny to rule the world. Well, that's a lie. The destiny of the people to rule the earth is the nation of Israel. Who is the nation of Israel? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. You got it? Read it, Baba Kashaf.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth. The Bible says the real Jews are in mourning. So Judah is the so-called Negro. But because the kings that came out of Israel, namely King David and Solomon, was for the tribe of Judah, that title or that name, Jew, was put on the entire nation. So they refer to this, the 12 tribes as Jews. Read on, it says the Jews are in mourning. Why are we in a state of mourning? Because we're the first fired, the last hired. You understand? We get unalived by the police and we get no justice. Just this week, I seen a story, officer in the car, Sister Sawana, a sister, right? Her son went to a birthday party with some Edomites and they were calling him names and they made him drink urine. She sued the child. One of the kids that was involved in it was 3 kids, right? One of them was a Latino, but it was 2 Edomites. And one of them made him drink urine. So the mother sued. The court came back and said that there was no evidence, there is no case in it, right? Do you know this a couple weeks ago, one of the boys that made the young black boy drink the urine, he turned around and sued the black mother. And he won a $5 million or $3 million judgment against the mother of the child. That's why we're in a state of mourning, because things like this happen. You don't understand? We get harmed and we get no justice. Read on.
The gates thereof languish.
And the gates represents our leadership. We have no leadership. You understand? Martin Luther King, what did he say? He led us into a burning house. Jesse Jackson, he sold his community out. Prior to getting a presidential run, right? He was calling himself Reverend Jesse Jackson. And then he made a statement. Salaki, go ahead, sir.
I was doing some research on AI, right?
Right.
And I was like, I asked AI, I said, hey, what are the benefits of the civil rights movement? So they list all the benefits, what we know. I said, now, did the black infrastructure get destroyed because of the civil rights? They said, you're right. The value of the black infrastructure went down. Even AI is letting it be known that the civil rights movement,
right,
because we integrated, they said the same thing that we've been saying since 1969.
Since 69, right.
All the black, high prestige black people, the middle class and upper class black people, the doctors, the lawyers, the surgeons, and all of them,
right,
they wound up
Yeah, you know what? They call it brain drain, Officer Karam. You understand? Because of the racism of our oppressor, we weren't allowed to go into their society. So it forced us to deal amongst ourselves. And because we dealt amongst ourselves, guess what? We couldn't go to the white hospital. So guess what we had to do? We had to get a black hospital. We couldn't fly on their planes with them. So we had our own what? Aircrafts, right? Our own flight industry, hotels, and so on and so forth. Well, like Priest Nicole was bringing out, because they told us this lie, right? These big head Negroes, they call themselves the talented 10th. You know what the talented 10th is? They're saying that they're the 10% of black people that deserve to be on top. That's these Negroes in these colleges, and they join these different fraternities. So they say they're the talented 10th. These are the black people that wanted to integrate into white society. So they sold us out so they could fulfill their dreams. They what? In turn, destroyed our communities. So read what you have again, where it says the gates.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourned, and the gates thereof languid.
So it says our leaders are weak. How you know our leaders are weak? Jesse Jackson, like I was saying, prior to running his presidential campaign, right? He said he was a reverend, and he said abortion was basically genocide, right? It's genocide. That was his position. They came to Jesse Jackson and then told him, hey, we'll make you run for president. You know what he said? All of a sudden, it came her body, her choice. But you see how he changed? He don't stand on nothing. So the Bible said our leadership is weak. They brought us into a burning house. They told us that it was okay. It's her body, her choice. And do you know what the number is today? Over 800 to 850,000 abortions in the Black, Latino, and Native Indian community. That's our leaders. Our leadership is weak. Read on.
They are black unto the ground.
And the Bible says that's how you know the Jews are the black people, because of the conditions we're in. We don't have our leadership. Our leadership don't represent us. Are we represented on the world stage? It's like you go ahead, sir. You know, are we represented on the world stage as black people? Is there a representative, a delegate in the United Nations? Do we have a flag? Do we have a representative speaking up on our behalf that we're getting unalived by the police? Is there any black politician passing laws to protect our community? No. So our leadership is weak. We're mourning, and it says, what color are the Jews?
They are black unto the ground.
Just like the ground, different shades of brown. Go ahead, sir. Salaki.
So, like what we were just saying previously about civil rights,
Right.
think about every 12 tribes that kind of developed in the white man, and the Lord didn't allow us to proceed, because this is what he wanted to really happen, the real rebellion during I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
We got the civil rights. You know, we get the right to due process, you know what I mean? We go in the courtroom, we able to try to fight it out. But at the same time, what happened to the Judas? Look at what happened to all the Hispanics. Look at what happened to the Haitians, and, you know, our West Indian brothers and sisters.
Right.
Really, if we look at everything that's happening right now,
Right.
it's so important. This is where the real leaders, that is where the real leaders dwell.
That's right. Most High Christ, clap that up. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K are the men that God set up to teach and lead our people. It says the leaders in the world are fake leaders. You understand? The Black Christian Church, they led us into a burning house. But since 1969, guess what? Our identity is the most important thing. Karam, if you could, no, Salaki, Officer Body, if you could, get me on Romans. You know what I want? Romans 3:1. How important is our identity? You know how important our identity is? If you don't know who you are, then you'll fall for anything. You understand? In the Bible is our identity. And Paul is going to give us an example why our identity is so important. And our history is important. What are we doing tonight? We're going to celebrate or observe Purim. Purim means to cast lots. meaning just like they do today, back then during the time of Esther and Mordecai, the enemies of our people, namely the so-called white man, our oppressor, all the way back then was plotting against us as well. And we're going to read about it. You got it off the side by it?
Yes.
Go ahead, read.
This is from Romans 3 and verse 1.
Check this out.
What advantage then have the Jews?
So Paul is asking all of us a question. What advantage is there to being a Jew? What advantage is there to have our identity? Let's find out. Read on.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Or having the laws that the Most High gave us. What's the benefit of our identity and keeping our laws? Read.
Verse 2. Much every way.
You hear that? Much every way. It's very important to know our identity. You understand? Because look what we lost because we don't know our identity. We have heathens in our neighborhood controlling all the economics that happens. You understand? There was a story of a young sister that went right off a side by in a class I did with Captain Shapar. A young sister, 17 years old, drove over 70 miles to go meet up with a 51-year-old Edomite. You know what happened to her? They couldn't find her. You know what they found? They found her leg. And by finding her leg, they used that to identify her. She's been missing and her family was looking for her. You know why stuff like that happened to us? Because we don't know our identity. Read that again off the sideboard from the top.
What advantage then have the Jews?
What advantage is there being an Israelite? What advantage do we have being in the I.S.U.P.K? Read on.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Or what profit is the laws of the Bible that the Most High gave to Israel? Read on.
Verse 2. Much every way.
You hear that? Read that again.
Much every way.
In every way possible, your identity is important to you. Because look what we lost by not having our identity. And then look what we gained by having our identity. Now that we have our identity here in the I.S.U.P.K, now we could teach our children not to fall for the traps of our oppressor. You understand? None of our daughters in here is going to go drive 70 miles to meet some 51-year-old Edomite and they end up, decapitating her and chopping her body up and unaliving her. Read on off the side by it.
Chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
Mainly because unto us were committed the oracles of the Most High. You understand? So that's why it's important to know our identity and to go into our history. So now we're going to go into the book of Esther. We're going to start at the first chapter. Whatever we don't finish today, tomorrow at sundown, we could do the second half of the service. Okay, so go ahead, Officer Karam.
Book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus,
Right?
which reigned from India unto Ethiopia, over 107 and 20 provinces.
170 what?
And 20 provinces.
170 what? 2 provinces?
Provinces. And 20
From India to where? To Ethiopia. That's basically at that time, you could say that's the whole world because that was the whole known world at that time. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace.
So now we're reading about a heathen king he ruled from Elam to Cush, right? And so now it's reading about the day in the life in his court. He's at his palace. Read on. And Shushan is the name of the palace. Read.
In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto the princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media.
The power of Persia and Media. You understand? I just said Persia and Medes. I think the Medes is Elam. So that's the kingdom that Israel was serving our slavery on, the captivity. Read on.
The nobles and the princes of the provinces being before him.
So the princes of the provinces today is like a governor or your senator of a state or a representative. Those are the princes and the rulers of those provinces. Read on.
Verse 4. When he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days.
So you see what's going on? What did we see Donald Trump do earlier this his first year of his term? He had the military march down 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right? Guess what? We're reading that the kings always did that. What did Kim Jong-un of North Korea do? After he seen Donald Trump paraded his military, they paraded their military as well. So I'm just showing you the example that the kings and rulers always use their military to show their strength, Officer Karam. Read on.
Even 104 days.
So 140 days they celebrated his wealth. That's real wealth. Read on.
Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace.
So the king made a feast for his people. Right? Read on.
Both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
Both great and small, meaning the princes, the rulers, and the common folk. You understand? Guess what? You're going to see the same thing happen here in America. Shalom, priest. They're saying that what? This is the 250th year of America being a government, right? Well, guess what? This is so-called Independence Day. They plan a big party, just like we're reading about this King Ahasuerus about what, thousands of years ago. Read it.
SHALAM. Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble.
All right. You know, marble is a very expensive material, stone. Read on.
The pavement of red, blue, and white, and black marble.
That's very expensive. Black marble. That's very rare. Read on.
Verse 7. And they came, and they gave them drink in vessels of gold.
Wow, you hear that? They gave them drink in vessels of gold. They had golden chalice. We got plastic cups. But back then, this king, his wealth was so on fleek that what? They had golden chalices to drink. Read.
The vessel be diverse one from another.
Like they were different type of chalices or glass or cups. Read on.
And royal wine in abundance.
And royal wine in abundance. I mean, it was endless amount. All you could drink, basically. Read on.
According to the state of the king.
According to the state of the king, meaning according to his wealth. Read on.
And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel. For the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
You understand? Meaning, give the people whatever they wanted. He had so much bread, it wasn't even an issue. He said, man, give them whatever they want. Continue reading.
Also,
put it on that back to
the
you.
queen made it
Is there another
for the
Bible?
women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
Right? Keep reading.
Verse 10. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Ehuma, Bitsa, Abona, Victor, Abeta, Zita, and Tata, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king.
Right. So these were special people that ministered to the king. So he called his court together. Read on.
To bring the queen before the king with a crown royal, to show the people and the princess of beauty, for she was fit to look up.
Read that again.
To bring back the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess of beauty.
So he wanted to show off his woman, the queen, in front of all the people. You understand? That's why it says the woman is the beauty of a man. You understand? So sisters, when brothers is hard on you, not hard on you because we thinking we're better than you, it's that you represent us. So we want to make sure that you walk it correctly. And that's why the Lord set up the ordinances. You understand? In the first Corinthians, the 11th chapter. Read on.
Verse 12. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlain.
You see that? So the chamberlain's basically the women that was the maid for the queen. So he has this big party and he want to sport his wife off. And as usual, she got attitude now. She caught feelings. Read on.
Therefore was the king very wroth.
So he was upset. He was mad. He got this big party popping off, right? Everybody drinking wine. He's lit. But his woman is embarrassing him in front of the court. Read on.
And his anger burned in him.
He was furious. Read.
Verse 13. Then the king said unto the wise men, which knew the time, for it was the king's manner towards that all knew law and judgment.
So he went to his counselors. You understand? He was upset, so he went to his counselors. Everybody has counselors. Just like today, Donald Trump counselors is called his cabinet. Read on.
And the next unto was Tashina, Shita, Adamta, Tashish, Mibres, Masina, and Mumika, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and which sat in the kingdom.
Right, read on.
What shall we do unto Queen Vashti according to law?
So now he's going to his cabinet members, his counselors, and he's saying, what should we do to the queen? Because she embarrassed the king. What's written in the law of how we deal with a matter like this? Read on.
Esther chapter 1, verse 16. And Mumukan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti, the queen, had not done wrong to the king only, but also to all princesses and all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
So now let's bring it up to today real quick, right? I don't know if everybody's seeing that there was a sister in Israel that went off, right? I'm not going to go into details, but the sister went off. And just like we read in how Vashti did to the king, it's saying the same thing. What she did shamed us all because we know what we believe. We don't deal with the heathen nations. You understand? We only deal with the 12 tribes, the chosen people of God. You understand? When you read in the scriptures, the Most High called the heathen nations dogs. Let's read that real quick. Hold where you at, Officer Karam. Let's see what God feel about the heathen nations. And Officer Ibai, if you could get me Exodus 11 and 7. Zariah, if you could get me 2nd Ezra, if you could. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. So now Vashti embarrassed the king, right? So it shows you that we are all responsible for each other. Meaning, if I'm part of UPK and you see me go out in the street and I do something foul, guess what? It's going to reflect negatively on all of us because they're going to say, oh, that's that UPK dude. Look what you out here doing. Well, guess what? That's why we're supposed to what? Hold each other in check. You understand? Give me what you got, Officer Ibai.
This book Exodus 11 and verse 7.
Check this out.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Do anybody know what what does that mean? Sisters, anybody want to answer that? Read that again, Officer Ibai. Check this out.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
That means against the children of Israel, against blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, the Most High saying outside of our nation, everybody else is a bunch of dogs. Read it again, Officer Ibai.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Do dogs talk? So then who is talking? People talk. And God just called the other nations outside of Israel dogs. Read on.
Against man or beast, that ye may know.
So now it says against man or beast, meaning against the Israelite and our pets. That proved that what? that those dogs are the other nations. Read on.
that ye may know
That we may know, read,
how that the Lord shall put a difference between the Egyptian and Israel.
we're different from the other nations. They're not like us. You understand? Zerai, throw out an oversight by it. Now, we're not Africans. You got it? All right, read what you got, Baba Kashal. Grab the mic. It's right there. What's the not?
And after these, Adam also,
Okay. Go ahead.
whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So Adam was given rulership over the earth, if people didn't know that. Adam was the ruler of the planet Earth. When you read in Genesis, when it says Adam was given the breath of life, he was given the truth of the Bible. Read on.
Of him come we all.
Out of Adam came all nations through Noah. Adam wasn't the only man on earth. What it meant is Adam's generation and descendants from Noah after the flood, everybody could trace their lineage back to Adam. Read on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So God made everybody came out of Adam, even the chosen people. You understand? Hey, shalom, sir. It's like you say you want a class? Okay, come. You understand? So read that again.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
We all came out of Adam. Read.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the chosen people came out of Adam. So God has a chosen people. So that proves that the Christian church has been lying all this time. God does not love everybody. He only has one chosen people, and that's the nation of Israel. Read on. Check this out. Go ahead, Officer Zerai. Okay. Yeah, keep reading.
55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
So now this is the prophet Ezra, Sister Sawana, right? He's basically complaining. He's saying, he's recalling to the Most High, we're the chosen people, right? All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord. Read on.
Because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Who does the planet Earth created for?
Our sakes.
For our sakes. This earth is our inheritance. We were meant to rule this earth, not these heathen nations. Read on.
As for the other people,
as for the other nations, the other people, read,
which also come of Adam,
which also came out of Adam, because everybody could trace their lineage back to Adam. Read on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
What did God call them?
They are nothing.
All these heathen nations together are nothing to the Most High God. Read on.
But be like unto spittle.
And they like spit. Do you value spit? Spit is something you try to get rid of, right? You don't keep spit in your mouth. You spit it out. You spit it on the ground, meaning it's useless. Read on.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
You heard that? The Most High said that you could take all of them together. The abundance of them, all of them together, they're nothing. They're like a drop that fall out of a bucket. Meaning anything, a drop that fall out of a bucket of water is what? Insignificant. It don't mean nothing to you. Has no value. Read on.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
You know what that means? Whoever been reputed, they have a reputation of being nobodies, Officer Carell. That's their reputation of being nobodies, right? You go to Africa, you look at these Hamites. They're using cow dung at SPF 15 as sunscreen. You understand? Okay, let's go. You know, Priest and Officer Quatazar was giving them hell out there in Trenton on this Allah.
Right.
You know, the abundance of them as a drop that falleth from a vessel, man, they're nothing. You know, Islam has no value. You know, we just read earlier in Isaiah 34:16, right? Seek ye out of the book of the Lord. What prophecy do the Quran have for black people? Anybody that ever studied Islam and they talk all this, they they basically try to swagger jack the Bible. Is there any prophecy for black people in the Bible? We just read that against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast. That you may know that God put a difference between Israel and the other nations and the Egyptians. You understand? So all of them together are nothing. Go ahead, Officer Zerai. Finish that up.
Have begun to be lords over us.
And they began to be lords over us. And so that's where we are today. And then now we're reading in the Bible where Officer Karam left off in the book of Esther. What verse you left off at? All right. Could you take up the water, priest? It's right here, sir. It's right. Finish that real quick. Finish that off. The bigger Lord over us. Read on.
And devour us.
And they're devouring us. Look at our community. They're in our community owning all the businesses, and we don't have no businesses in our own community. They devour us. You understand? They come and take the resources, and lickety split, boom, they're gone. They disappear. No book bag giveaways like the I.S.U.P.K. No food drives. No back to school book bag giveaways. No basketball tournaments. No scholarships. Nothing. How long these heathens have their businesses in our community and they don't give back? So the scripture says they devour us. Read on.
Verse 58. But we thy people.
But we thy who?
Thy people.
The people of the Most High God, the nation of Israel, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, the chosen people of God. And go ahead.
Whom thou hast called thy firstborn.
The Most High called us his firstborn. Read on.
Thy only begotten.
Thy only begotten, meaning what? The only people he recognized as sons and children. So when you hear about the sons of God, it's only about these 12 tribes. Judah all the way down to Issachar. You understand? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Is there more on that, Zerai? Is there more on that, or that's it? Go ahead.
And thy fervent lover.
And thy fervent lover, meaning the Most High has a love affair with this nation of Israel. Read on.
Are given into their hands.
And we're given into their hands. And that's what we're going to go back into the reading and read about Esther and Mordecai. So you could drop that, Officer Sarai. Officer Bad, if you could, Baba Kushar, sir. Could you take up Esther 1 and 17, Baba Kushar?
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad.
No, you can hold it because he's next to the mic, so they can pick it up. Right off side by.
Unto all women, so that they shall despise their husband in their eyes.
So he's saying that what the queen did is gonna permeate the nation, his kingdom. So this is how they're gonna try to deal with the Queen Vashti and her actions. Read on.
When it shall be reported, the king Ahasuerus commanded that Vashti, the queen, to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Right. So now he called for her to come before him, and she didn't. Right, Officer Sabat? Right. Read on.
Verse 18. Likewise shall all the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
So you see that, Officer? Okay, come on, sir. So you see that? The battle of the so-called battle of the sexes, it was all the way back then. Now it's being, popularized on social media. We just seen some sister jump out and said she required $50K a month to date her. $50K a month. So, this is what's been going on. She is the queen, Vashti. And this big party the king has, she flaked out on him. Is that, hey, shalom, sir. Read on. Oh, okay, Officer by stepped out. Take the class, sir. Okay, come, sir. Yeah. Officer in the car, can you take up for Officer by? I think he left off at verse. You got it? Hey, you can take up. So we had the point in the story, Officer Moriah, where the king is having this big party, right? And his wife, the queen, Vashti, didn't show up. Putting the king on blast. 1 and 19, I think he left off at. That's the 1 and 19. Put him on full blast. You understand? You got it?
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 19. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be known, like let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King
Ahasuerus.
You
see that? So now he made a law, a decree that, hey, she's about to be no more the queen. She's about to be replaced. You understand? And you can remember the Mosai, we just read a precept where the Mosai said Israel is his fervent lover. So just like how Vashti disappointed the king and she was no more, guess what happened to Israel? I'm too upset. Guess what happened to us? We are no more as a nation because why? We sinned against our God. You understand? So it's a parallel, and that's what it says. We learn from the past so we don't repeat the mistakes. Continue.
And let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
You heard that? So the king now is looking for her replacement. You understand? Now that's what's going on now. He had a big party. She embarrassed him. He's tight. You know what? I'm going to replace her. Read on.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great. All the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. Verse 21. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. Verse 22. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man shall bear rule in his own house.
So now let's set the stage. What's going on? Officer Body, if you could get me Daniel 4 and 7 again, real quick. This is how the Lord set the stage, right? Just like back then, it's being set today. It was prophesied that America was going to be drawn into a battle in the Middle East, them along with the so-called Jew, and then all nations was going to jump into this fight. And Saturday, what we're seeing the beginning stages of that. Now, it's been happening in increments, Officer Priest and Officer Murrah, but I want to read this precept if I could, real sir, because I'm showing that the Lord, just like he did with Esther and Mordecai, the Lord set the stage. And I want to bring this precept is going to prove that. Officer Ibad, come on, sir.
This is Daniel 4, verse 7. Then came in the magician, the Chaldees.
No, that's Daniel Slacky. Daniel's 4 and 17. Slacky.
This is Daniel 4, verse 7. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
This manner is by the decrees of the watchers. Who are the watchers? What is that? Get me Amos 9 and 8. These are who the watchers are. If you didn't know, precept upon precept. Let's find out who the watchers are according to the scriptures.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold,
I'm too upset.
the eyes of the Lord
The
God,
what?
the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom.
The eyes of the Most High God are upon the sinful kingdom. That sinful kingdom is America. You understand? Read on.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Did he say maybe? He said, I will destroy it off the face of the earth. So the Most High is setting the stage of what we see happening. Go ahead, okay, Tuara. Go ahead, offside by real quick.
This is the book of Daniel 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
The decree of the watchers are the angels. You understand? The Most High decreed it, and the angels carried to fruition, Officer Morale. Go ahead, Officer Ibad.
And the demand by the word of the Holy One.
And the demand by the word of the Holy One, the Most High, read on.
To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
To the intent of the Most High, that the Most High does what, Officer Ibad?
Ruleth in the kingdom of men.
That the Most High is the one setting the stage of what you see on the evening news. Everything the Most High said will happen is happening. And Salaki, with that, I turn it over to Priest and Officer.
Stay up here. I mean, I'll let you.
Okay, Most High, quiet.
Sorry, I really just want to back you up. That's
Okay.
all.
All right, so we're going to go back into the reading. Officer Ibad, continue where you at. So now we had Esther 1 and 19, 1 and 20 now.
Can I pull Bubba for sure the definition of Esther?
Colonel
And
Khan,
the
the water,
definition
sir.
of Purim. Quick. So this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. We're gonna read a little bit about Esther. We're gonna read a little bit about Purim. All right. So let me see where we at. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 160. Hold on. Might be page 59. Hold up. I think I lost my page. Give me 1 second. Move on. My bad, y'all. Hold on.
So we're reading about the Most High is about to set the stage in this kingdom of the Persians and the Medes. You got it, sir?
Yep, here we go. This is the definition of Esther.
The definition of Esther.
Right? It says Esther, the
You want me
book
to read it,
of-
sir?
Oh, yeah. If you don't mind. Wow. So we're going to read just a little bit of what historians say about Esther, right? As y'all know, she was a Benjamite, which is the so-called West Indian Islands, all right? Anybody, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, all those islands, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Vincent, all those islands, right? So let's get it.
All right, Esther. Last of the historical books of the Old Testament.
Uh-huh.
Author. Author unknown, probably written 400 BC.
I can take
Yeah,
it.
I can't be able to see.
Because these actually got prescription in the news. I feel you. So it says, written about 400 BC. It says, peculiar features of book. No mention of the name of God. No mention of the name of prayer. It says, tells of Jewish girl Esther, which we know is a sister, right?
Right.
It says, Esther, who became queen of Persia, which is modern day Iran and Iraq.
Look at that.
So wait, so the Lord, so I don't know if you noticed, we always say in the school around, it just seems like it's sort of a coincidence around all of our holidays.
Colonel Khan.
The Lord always give us some type of little trinket or gift. Now we got the Passover coming up. I don't know what he's gonna do for the Passover. It's already popping off right now.
Right.
But it just so happened that in the same place, Persia, modern day Iran and Iraq, that a war is popping off right now
Right now.
during the Feast of Purim, where Esther became, quote unquote, queen of Iran and Iraq. I just think that's,
Right.
I think that's get a Lord a hand for that.
Lord, that-
He deserves it. Right now, they shooting missiles and blowing stuff up. There's a cat that was from Chicago. This cat went over to Dubai for a vacation. Might have been the last vacation he ever took. It's a brother. He can't get out of Dubai. The day he was trying to leave, they bombed the damn thing. Bombed the airport. Go ahead, Carter. I think I'm not sure. Is that him? Was that one over there? Maria was telling me about it. Right. And he can't. Is he from Chicago? Oh man, I feel that might be him. Because he can't get. He said the day he was trying to leave, they bombed the airport. Can you imagine that? That's because our people, we ain't prepared for what's going on right now.
Right.
we got to be prepared for the times, because you can go and might want to get rich, but is that going to help you when you ain't got no food in the market? You ain't got nowhere to spend your money in because the market's bombed.
Right.
Everybody raided it and took whatever food they could that was left that wasn't burnt up. How about this? They hit the Saudi Arabian oil wells. So now, how much longer are we gonna have gas? Gas prices about to go sky high. You know what? Trump just got Venezuela. Maybe he might do something with that. But maybe he can't because he's stuck in a war in the Middle East. Just think about it. I'm gonna keep on reading. I just wanted to throw that out there. All right, it says, Queen of Persia and saved her people from destruction. It says, outline 1, Esther became queen. Outline number 2, the Jews were in danger. Outline number 3, Jews were saved. And then what's that right there? I can't remember. I think L is 40. What's the 2X?
Right. Now L is 50, I think.
L is 50.
Right, and X is 10. So that's 70.
70th. In the 70th year, there are several interpolations scattered through the story. So that was Esther, right?
Check this out. How the most, if I could show you how gangster the Most High is, like Officer Barras said, right? That there's a war in Iran as we're reading about the ancient Persians. Officer Barras, could you get me 2nd Ezra 15 and 17? Now, Officer Quatazar, you said Bandman Kevo, right? He's stuck in Dubai, Officer Marah.
Stuck in Dubai.
And he can't come back to the US. Do you know that it was prophesied that days like this will come? Officer Barras, give me 2nd Ezra 15 and 17 real quick. Check this out.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city.
A what?
A man shall desire to go into a city.
A man shall desire to go into a city, Officer Quatazar. Check this out.
And shall not be able.
Read that again for the top. Call that chapter verse.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 17.
Hold on, check this out. This will show you how gangster the Most High is. We just talked about a situation, right? That there's a Chicago rapper that went to Dubai the day the bombs dropped and he can't come back to the US. We're going to read a scripture to prove that the Most High said that's what's going to happen. Call that chapter and verse, Officer Ibai.
Verse 17.
Check this out, right?
A man shall desire to go into a city.
A man shall desire to go into a city from Dubai back to the US. Read on.
And shall not be able.
And shall not be able to, Officer Murrah. Man, give the Lord a hand.
And listen, you know how hard it is to get rich in America without, like, to come from Chicago,
Right.
to get rich in America, rich enough to go take a trip to Dubai. You get to Dubai, you enjoy yourself, and when you go to leave, they bomb the airport. You stuck in Dubai. Ain't nothing around Dubai but desert. This ain't Chicago where you go maybe just hike it to another city,
Right.
and catch a flight over there. Maybe walk 2 states. You know what I mean? Catch a bus. You in Dubai. The only thing you got is the water. You better pray you can get on a boat, get over to the other side of India, wherever the other side of that damn, maybe somewhere in Africa. Africa might be a little rough.
Right.
You're coming over there with all the diamonds, they're gonna shake you down like Meek Mill. You got no way. You just gotta sit it out. You just gotta wait. You gotta pray that all the millions you made can save you and enough to buy you enough time for them to open the airport back up or transfer the people that was trying to get flights to a different city, to a different zone where you can hopefully get on a plane to come back.
Right.
That's crazy, man. But it tells you this. This is a lesson learned. Money ain't everything. This Bible is everything. Hold the Bible up. The Bible is everything. Give the Lord a hand. Because if you knew about these times, Captain Shafar, if you knew about these times, you wouldn't be so hyped to go to Dubai. But where else you gonna go when you live in Miami? I don't know if y'all know this. Bandman Kevo lives in Miami in a condo. he He drives a Lamborghini truck, he always showed. So he made it out of Chicago. And now, where else you gonna go party at? You gotta go to Dubai. You gotta go show off how much money you got on other black people.
Right.
Because you're not stunting on a white man. So he's trying to show other black people, yeah, now I give him this, he's trying to show brothers you can make it out the hood. But you might want to focus a little bit on why we got in the hood. Instead of so much as how much money you can make to move out of the hood and leave other black people in the hood. And let me give you the definition of Purim. Let me go back to the scripture. It says Pur. It says lots, a Jewish festival celebrated on the 14th and 15th day of the month Adar, February to March. It says commemorating the deliverance of the Hebrews from the plots of the wicked Haman and the post-exilic period. Esther 3 and 7, Esther 9 and 26. All right. Just so y'all know, this is something that happened.
Right.
A black woman was the queen of Persia. They have it in their history. You think they don't? Just because we don't know our history, they have the history. The Lord, Captain Shapar, the Lord gave us during the feast that we celebrated when a black woman ruled over Persia with the king. He gave us during that time period of our holiday that we celebrate, he made a war in Persia. A full-out war in Persia leading to World War III.
That's crazy. Is that a coincidence?
We might not be the last one, Cap. We never know. You go back.
Salaki, if I could, Officer Black, can you give me 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6? This is what Bandman Kevo should have did. Instead of trying to be floss on the internet, he should have got with Captain Mawaquad out in Chicago. You understand? He should have got with Kazak Damar down there in Florida.
Yep.
That's what he should have did. But because he didn't do that, he fell victim to be stuck over there with them Arabs over there in Dubai. Go ahead, Officer Bai. Read that Bible shot.
This is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep.
Let us not what? Don't sleep on the Most High. Let us not sleep. Let's not get caught slipping like Bandman Kevo over there in Dubai, running around with them Arabs, not knowing that the Most High is moving on that part of the world.
As do others.
As do others. You understand? We're not caught slipping in here because why? We are the UPK. You understand? Under Commander General YAHANNA. We are the prophet's return. The spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophets. That's how we know. The others is the other people, the other ones of our people stuck in that Christian church being lied to. So I'll end right there.
I get one more scripture. Real quick. Let's go to where it says, lay up treasures in heaven. All right, let's go to that. Let's pull this. First, give me Matthew 19 and 21. Boom, boom, boom. Is it treasures in heaven or treasure?
6 and 19?
Yeah, Matthew 6 and 20. First, Matthew 19 and 21. Let's get that one first. And then you can hold for me.
Okay, come.
Whoever got it can read. Man, that's so crazy. In that time period right now, where it's looking like we ain't got that much time. I told my rib, I said, look, I know we got our own car, but I'm about to go back to Uber and rent that damn electric car because gas about to be out the roof because they hit the oil well in Saudi Arabia, where we get a main portion of the gas. Now, Trump got Venezuela, but you think they gonna trade with Trump when they just, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you mean to tell me I gotta now serve America for my own? Nah, I'm cool. China, cool. We're gonna help Venezuela. We're gonna help Cuba. Russia's all right. Russia's cool. We're gonna go help Venezuela. We're gonna get them with their oil. Because you think they're gonna bow down if America get in control of Iran, who just bombed the Saudi Arabian oil well, then one, Saudi Arabia gonna need help, right? So America now gotta back Saudi Arabia, or whoever backs Saudi Arabia have to back them. But if America gets in control and they can't get nobody else gets Saudi Arabia, under control, that means America gonna run Iran and Saudi Arabia and Venezuela a monopoly. Monopoly. You win. America would own Iran. They already work with the Israelis. Then they would have control over Saudi Arabia if nobody steps in, and Iran, plus Venezuela, and about to get Cuba. So they just said that they're going to do a friendly takeover of Cuba. America will control the world. You think China and Russia going to sit back and let that happen? We know that ain't happening. They might as well say we give up. They might as well make a public statement. We give up. Because once America gets hold of that, every missile, everything, man, listen, they're going to put an end to a lot of stuff. It's going to be one world order and not the way they thought it was.
Right.
It's going to be America and nothing else. And Trump's so stupid, he would name the earth America. He said, we now call it America. This is no longer earth.
Right.
Matthew 19 and 21. And then we're going to go to Matthew 6 and 20.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast.
This is what Bad Man Kevin should have learned. Money ain't everything, man.
Right.
The Bible say this. The Bible says it's not good to have too much and it's not good to have too little. Because if you got too much, now you're a target. Now you're a lick. If you got too little, now you need help. They need a handout. Or if you got much, you might pay to put yourself in a damn war zone, not knowing it's about to be war.
Right.
You're on vacation. Next thing you know, bombs is dropping. Come on, man. Or if you got too little, when the bombs hit your place, now you got nothing to help you.
Right.
And you got to beg and pray that somebody have mercy on us. Money ain't everything. It's good to be right in the middle. Where you got a nice amount, but you ain't got too much. And you got a nice amount where you ain't got too little.
Right.
It's a safe spot. You know what I mean? You do what you got to do. You be wise. You take care of your family. And you serve the Most High God, which is the most important. Or else, how would you know to stay in the middle? It says it's not good to have too much or too little. And then we're going to get a little bit more in the book of Esther. But it's so crazy that the Lord gave us that little just, it's something a little extra spice during the Feast of Purim concerning that same exact land where Haman was working with the Persians to try to put us under. And Esther, a sister, had to come step in and help save this nation. Go ahead, Quatazar.
And give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
Where your treasure going to be?
In heaven.
Where's the money that you should be working on?
In heaven.
That's what we need to trust. Look, focus on. I hear you. You can get rich in America. It might not be hard, or it might be hard, but it's still possible.
Right.
But is that going to help you when the kingdom of heaven is at hand? I don't think that's going to buy you a spot in heaven. Might get you on a boat or a submarine going to the water when the bombs drop, but it ain't going to get you nothing in heaven. And when the angels come to grab them Edomite, I'm on a boat with him like, hey, I'm cool, right?
Right.
I'm good. Nah, I don't know. No, I ain't. No, man. We got to really stay in heaven, which is the next scripture. Keep going, I know you at the end.
And come and follow me.
And follow Christ. Lay up our treasure in heaven. That's why in the I.S.U.P.K, Manager YAHANNA said, man, you in the elite spot.
That's right.
For the kingdom of heaven, women and men and children. We don't know who the hell we gonna be when it's all over. Christ come back, and you in position. The kingdom of, you imagine 100,000 years from now, you born, you got diamonds in your toenails. Damn, you a brother, they braiding your hair. You got like 5 women braiding each braid. God dang. As a kid, you like, this is cool. You know what I mean? Heated pool and servants. You like, make a bed. That's what people down there do. I don't make no bed. Hey, come make this bed. You 12. Listen, don't become a teenager in the kingdom of heaven. Come on, man. You want to live a life. Go ahead, Brian, Dad.
I have it, sir.
Oh, Most High in Christ. You got it?
Cover country.
Oh, let's go to it. Let's go to it. The water, Quatazar, you got it.
Proverbs 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Verse 9. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my power in vain.
You know why? You know what the Lord is saying? Don't worry about time to be rich, because you might forget about God.
Right.
Or somebody might try to get at you. You got all that money. And don't put me in a position where I'm poor, where I'm in need. Oh, you look, you doing all right? Then you doing all right. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Because you do end up with so much money, you go and buy a yacht in Dubai, and then the bombs drop. Hey, you go visit Paris, and they shoot up Paris. Might get bad. You might go to Iran, take a tour with your wife and your kids, and they drop the bomb. Come on, man. We never know. We need to stay right in the middle. Listen, brothers and sisters, I would chill on vacation right about now. I'm be honest with you. I know, look, I got a rib that always wanted to take a vacation. I hear you. Not me. I'm good. I'm on vacation right here and do this work. In the kingdom, you go anywhere you want, you're gonna be treated like royalty, man. You ain't got to worry about that. Give me Matthew 6 and 20. Then we're gonna go back to Esther. We're gonna go back to Esther, man. Listen, I would chill on a vacation and look, I wouldn't put too much faith in America. All that, I'm trying to become this. I feel, but you might not ever see that. Look, I'm be the one to say it. I don't think we're gonna make it through the summer. I think it's over. Me personally, I think by the end of the summer it's gonna be up because it's cold right now still, but it's starting to warm up. Right. And over in the Middle East, it's a lot warmer than over here. They said in the Middle East, where our homeland is the same temperature as LA, Houston, and somewhere in Arizona. I forget the Las Vegas. It's like Las Vegas, LA, and Houston. Got the same, all that is on the same what they call like latitude or whatever. What's
Right.
the one? All that's on the same range. So in 2 or 3 weeks, it's gonna be nice and warm. Warm enough for you to run with a gun on you and be willing to shoot somebody. Warm enough for you to not care about the temperature at all. Plane and shoot up whoever shot you. Now I don't know. I ain't saying it's over yet, but I doubt we see the expansion. Because it can get wrecked. Listen, I don't know if y'all know this, but Commander YAHANNA said it. It's all about oil. When you take control of the oil, you own this world. Oil you need for heat. It's and to power, heavy machinery and to manufacture things. And this world ain't running off all electric. You know what I mean? You need that oil. You control oil, you're going to be filthy rich. That's why the Americans live in peace. Ain't nobody over there trying to really take that over because you're going to have a problem. Because you might be Russia. Russia ain't got enough to hold down the whole world because they don't hold. America ain't got it like that. Because as soon as you do one thing and somebody get tired of it, then they're going to be coming at you. Because you really have the world in your hand once you own the oil. Everything that we use in this world is ran off of oil, some type of machinery that uses gas or some type of oil. Something that you need oil to make. So it's a monopoly. America got Venezuela, is about to move on Cuba, and is in a war with Iran, and Iran just bombed Saudi Arabia. So now they bombed literally the oil well in Saudi Arabia. So who's gonna have gas? America? Who's gonna have oil? America? I mean, I doubt if Russia is cool with that. I doubt if China is good with that. I thought if Europe is good with that.
Right.
Because America gonna get over Europe with that oil. America control oil. Europe is gonna answer to America. So you think China and Russia is gonna sit back while America monopolizes on the oil industry? This is a real thing. If America monopolizes on the oil industry, we are definitely going to World War III. That's a fact. Because America, number one, the history that it has done to other nations alone is enough for them to move on America. I wouldn't put the faith in America. I would say it's about us. Because, I mean, you done did too much now. And, you know, America is so proud because you just moving on small little countries that have some type of oil.
Right.
And everybody is sitting back and watching you be the bully. And then you're going to really win, though? Like, you ain't just bullying and you getting little crumbs. You really get real power. Now, think about a drug dealer. How many, big drug dealers is going to watch while one drug dealer take every single corner around before they say, yo, we're not about to let this happen. We got to do something.
Right.
Because once they get everything, then what we going to have? We're going to have to answer to them. Or even if we don't got to answer to them, what if they get proud and come this way? Because they got so much.
Right.
We got to do so. We got to put an end to it. We can't have it. So give me Matthew 6:20.
Matthew 6, verse 20. Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven.
Do what?
Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven.
Listen, y'all, we've been working so hard in the I.S.U.P.K. Everybody handling our everyday life, taking care of the kids, trying to be in this truth, trying to do everything we can. But it's about to pay off. Now, we got the generals, we got the captains. They've been in this, Captain Shapar, and they've been in this thing since, come on, man. A lot of us, we probably wasn't old enough to do the school when they was doing this for
Right.
But we've been putting in so much work, being tired, getting up, going to the slavery. We got to come home, got to deal with the kids, got to deal with the husband, deal with the wife. You know what I mean? Handle your personal issues, got to deal with your health, and be called a cult member, and still got to do stuff with the school. People still expecting you to make shirts and do whatever the sisters do, make bread and all that. And you're like, I'm getting tired. But we got to keep going. It's all about the payoff. If we lay up the treasure in heaven, we're going to have real power under Christ. People look at us, they call us cult members. People look at us, say, you stupid, you sharing your man, you a dummy, even though they sharing their man, but that's another story. But they talking about us. Y'all in that cult. Why y'all wear them clothes? Y'all look dumb. Y'all need a job. We about to be the power in the earth, man, forever. Christ said all eternity, man. Can you imagine? We've been a slave so long. Can you imagine 1,000,000 years? Think about it. How long has earth been going on? What, like 12,000 years? Can you imagine 100,000 years from now? Can you picture it? It's going to be so different. But it's going to be different, but we're going to be in charge. It's like it's a whole nother. And listen, you're not going to lose your position. Whatever you work for in this time, you're going to get it back. Times 100. That's what Christ said.
Right.
We can't imagine the power we about to have, man. We sit up here dressed funny, everybody looking at you, whispering about you. Oh, they be doing it. Man, listen, I went to court, right? I was in court for my daughter. The white girl said, yeah, y'all make women walk 2 feet behind you. I almost fell out. I said, huh? Walk 2 feet behind us? That's what we do? That's what y'all think is going on in here. They think y'all is chained to the stove. I just hope y'all know that, sis. They think y'all dumb, sharing your husband chained to the stove, and that's that. You ain't got no say so. They think you ain't getting your hair done, your nails done, none of that. They think you in complete submission over here. They don't even understand. But it's about to pay off, man. For the brothers and the sisters, it's gonna pay off. You don't know what it feel like to be pampered every day, like you the damn queen of heaven. But it's gonna be a real life thing in a second, man. Brothers, listen, we want power. We don't know power. But we got no idea what's gonna happen, man. We just gotta stick with it. Let's get back to Esther. Where we at?
Officer Bad was Esther 1 and 20.
We just hold on. We gonna listen. We just hold on a little bit longer. A little bit longer. You gonna get brothers gonna get their crowns. Sisters gonna get a position in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
Peace and mental health order. You need a mental health everything. Somebody better not F with your mental health. Somebody mess with your mental health in the kingdom of heaven. They're dead. Lashes, beatings, all that. Listen, man, it's crazy that everything we ever heard of is about to be in front of us.
Right.
We sitting here now, but we don't know what it feel like to be on them chariots. And some of us is gonna make them chariots. A lot of us is gonna be up there, man, hearing the explosion. Listen, we might have kids now, but y'all understand. The Bible say changed in the twinkle of an eye. He's your daughter now, but she gonna be like, dang, okay, she's gonna be a sister then. You on a damn chariot with her. She gonna be another sister. You be like, baby, this is you. Damn, okay. It's your son now, but you're gonna be your brother on that chariot. You're gonna turn next to you and be like, damn, they got more muscles than me.
Right.
We're about to really see what we've been working for. It's almost there. Let's keep going.
This is chapter
And you can
1,
take it
verse
pretty much
20.
from there.
For he sent letters unto all the king's prophets, and to every prophet according to the right thereof, and every people after their likeness. Let every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of the people.
So now let's let this be an example for us, right? The king was having a party. He asked his wife to appear. She didn't show up. So the king made a decree to banish her, to basically replace her. Why is that important to us today in this times of war coming? That we got to be in order. You understand? What's that, Bob? You could drop that because we're going to end the class. But give me 1 Corinthians 11:1. Esther was put in a position to save Israel. But for us, we're in position to be saved if we do what the Lord says to do. You understand? And what the Lord told us to do is to keep the law, statute, judgment, commandments. You got it off the side by it? So now we're going to relate this to the story of Esther. She became the queen because Vashti, the queen of Persia, didn't do what she was supposed to do. You understand? Remember, we read earlier that the Lord reigneth in the kingdom of men. So he set the stage for Esther to be in position to deliver the children of Israel. But this is what we have to do. Read what you got off the side by it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
So Paul is telling Israel to follow him just like how he followed Christ. Guess what we're doing here today? Be followers of the I.S.U.P.K as we follow Christ. Right, Captain Shapar? Read on.
Verse 2. I pray you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
So Paul is saying, remember the men above you in the I.S.U.P.K. Remember your husbands, sisters. Remember the men above you and the orders they give you. Read on.
And keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
And keep the what?
Ordinances as I deliver them to you.
What is an ordinance? So what's the root word of ordinance? Officer Bun? Ordinance. What's the root word of ordinance? So Paul is saying for us to keep the ordinance. You look at the definition of the word ordinance. What? Let's see what Paul is saying. Now keep in mind, this is about a party, and Queen Vashti didn't do what her husband wanted her to do, and she was banished.
You got it.
You got it? Go ahead, sir.
Ordinance. Authoritative order, a decree.
A order. Read that again, Officer Bond. The water, sir.
Authoritative order, a decree.
The water, sir. Go ahead, Officer Bond. Read that again.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 2. Now I praise you, brother, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Keep the orders. We read in Exodus 15:3 that God is a man of war. So everything the Most High does, Officer Karam, is in what? A military order, right? So Paul is saying that we should keep the orders that's delivered to us. So from here forth, we see what's happening in the earth. We need to lock in. Now it's not the time to go off and lean on your own understanding. You understand? Sisters, listen to your husband. Brothers, listen to the men above you. You understand? And always remember, the order you follow is what? The last order given. You understand?
Slocky, Captain Shapar, did you want the class, sir? I don't think I offered you the class. Oh, most High in Christ. Can we go a little bit to Esther 9th chapter? I want to get
Come forward.
yeah, we could.
Go ahead, Officer Bond.
And then I'm gonna roll out.
Okay,
So we can do the show.
Yeah,
I just want to get these Esther 9 and 1. I just want to read down to about verse 3, I buy, because this is very important. Go ahead.
This book of Esther, 9 verse 1. Now in the 12th month, that is the month of God, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the days that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them.
That the enemies are what?
The Jews hoped to have power over them.
Listen to this real good.
Though it was turned,
You could
though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews have ruled over them that hated them.
hold on.
Jews, read that again, Officer
Oh,
Bond.
yeah, go ahead. You got it.
In the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews have ruled over them that hated them.
And this is what we're working for now. Right now, a lot of people hate us, and a lot of people want us, to be on the bottom and really just want us annihilated. For real. They just want us out of here. They can care less. They really can afford to make some old other tribe, or some old other race to be the bottom nobodies. They don't give a damn. East Indians, they treat their own people like nothing. So really, they would just rather not see us. It'd be easier if they just had us annihilated. But the Lord is with us. And we're going to overturn that when Christ come back, man. When Christ return, everybody that wanted us dead, they now going to have to answer to us. Keep going.
Right.
Verse 2. The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king
Ahasuerus. Go ahead.
to lay hand on such as thought their hurt.
To put everybody that wanted to hurt us, for them to get hurt. That's the time we in. The time we in right now is the Lord is going to hurt everyone that sought to hurt us. Iranians, at one time they sought to hurt us. Amalek sought to hurt us. The Arabs, they don't give a damn about us at all. Now look, they all in the mix. Iraqis, all of them, they all going at it. And there's more to get into it. The Africans about to get in it. Everybody got to pick a side now. Who you with? Look, your diet said that you got to pick who you with. Who you rocking with? The Chinese, they don't care about us. Neither do the Japanese. Everybody that ever wanted us hurt, now they about to get it. They about to lose their sons and daughters. This boy, listen, it's bad when Donald Trump say, yeah, a lot of soldiers might die, might be unalived. He said that's a part of war. When he said that, that means there's gonna be a lot of bodies. He know that. They know the prophecies. They know what's going on. And I wouldn't listen. If they did try to draft, I know, look, I wouldn't put it past them. Because who the hell gonna go fight for America? We ain't. Black people already got it in their mind. And you know the Hispanics, what they doing to our brothers.
Right.
Ain't nobody stepping up to go, no, y'all handle that. Y'all handle, we gonna sit right back. I believe that I think General Hyman was saying this. Us in the school is good. It's a non-profit. We could, we do work. I don't even think they could draft us at all. So we straight. I mean, I forget when they said it not too long ago, the last time something happened. But everybody that wants to hurt us, we now about to see them get hurt. Keep going, Bob.
No man could withstand them for the fear of them upon all people.
And that's what we about to see. As we out there teaching and saying, because you hurting us, the Lord gonna hurt you, they gonna hear this. I think we way more known than anybody will ever admit. I think the Israelites, I think we are famous to people. And we don't even know it. Because we ain't famous, we infamous. We hate it for an evil side, according to them, right? I think we way more known. Go ahead. Oh, he upstairs? All right. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class back over to my brother, priest and officer for war.
Let's give priest and officer Mariah a hand. I know we want to get to the eating and listening to some music, but I just wanted to end with some good news, right? Officer Bun, if I could, 2 precepts real quick. Ezekiel 25 and 14, and Psalms 149 and 5. Let's end this on a good note. We see what the Lord is doing in the earth. This is what we have to look forward to, why we should stay locked in. I don't know about you, but this is what I'm looking forward to. What, Officer Bun? 25 and verse 14, sir.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14.
Check this out.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom.
So the Most High said he's going to lay his vengeance upon Edom. Who's Edom? Our oppressor, the so-called white man. But how is God going to do it? Read.
By the hand of my people Israel. By the hand of my people Israel.
Over the quarters out, we get into our get back. We're going to lay hands on our oppressor. Not now. The Lord is going to let us know when. Read on.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
Not according to how we feel, but we might have mercy on them. But the Lord is going to put his spirit on us to get this vengeance on our oppressor. And get me Psalms 149 real quick, Babu Shah, and 5. 149 and 5, sir, Babu Shah.
Psalm 149, verse 5.
This is what we have to look forward to.
Let the saints be joyful in glory.
We know the saints is the nation of Israel. Let us be joyful in glory. What's that glory? The kingdom of heaven. Read on.
Let them sing aloud on their beds.
And we're going to be singing aloud upon our beds. Meaning what? We rested. We ain't got to get up early to go to a slave. Read on.
Let the high praises of God be in their mouth.
The high praises of the Most High is the Bible. Be in our mouth. Read on.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
And a two-edged sword in our hand. To do what with this sword? Read.
On the heathen.
To execute vengeance, payback, get back. Read on.
And punishment upon the people.
And we're going to punish them for all the crimes they committed against these 12 tribes. Is there more on that, sir?
To bind their kings with chains.
To bind their kings with chains. Guess what the future holds for Donald Trump? Chains. Read on.
And their nobles with fetters.
And the Congress, right? The senators, the representatives with fetters of iron. All the world leaders. Is that it on that, sir? No, we could end it right there. I just want to end on a high note. Captain Shapar, you want to say anything, sir? You two up? Huh? All right, so with that, we're going to bring the memorial to a close. Men of Israel, we're going to have Madium, which means stand. Officer in the car, Baba Kushak, can you call it? Are you there? Officer not.
Like if I could in Israel, my Jewish means his hand, we're gonna get one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, about the Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahweh, Matah, who said Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Saw, which means to turn. Sisters Amaju, which means to stand. If we could.
All right, sisters, your Shabbat is your right hand clasped over your left, your feet at a 45-degree angle. Your head covered the bow. You repeat the salute back to us.
Men of Israel, want to get a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, about the Shabbat, Amaju, Barak. Which means Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Yahweh Matah, that includes Sabbath service. Hey,